Claude AI SEO. From 1 click to 278 clicks. One website. 1 click a day. That's where we started. Now that same website hits a peak of 278 clicks in a single day. Same website, same niche, just a different system running underneath it. I want to show you that system today. What's working, what's not, and how I'd change things if I were starting from zero right now. Let's start with the proof. That 278 click day wasn't luck. It came from a slow, steady climb. Impressions went up first, then clicks followed. That curve is the whole story, and I'll show you exactly how we built it. A few years back, ranking a site like this meant writing every article by hand. Hours per page. Research, draft, edit, publish. One person could maybe get 5 solid articles out in a week if they pushed hard. Now, I can generate 5 unique articles, quality checked, in 1 click. That's not a small speed bump. That's a different game. Here's the part that actually matters, and it's not the writing. It's the research. Inside Google Search Console, every website has a list of keywords it's already getting impressions for, but no clicks. Those are keywords Google already thinks you're relevant for. You're just not winning the click yet. Think of it like fruit that's already ripe and just needs someone to reach up and grab it. So the first job of the system is simple. Find those keywords across every site we run. And here's the fun part. The more websites you have feeding data back in, the easier this gets. More data means more of those half-won keywords show up, and more of them are quick wins. Once we've got a keyword, we pair it with a real case study, something we've actually tested. That case study becomes the backbone of the page. It's what makes the content unique, instead of generic AI filler that reads the same as every other page on that topic. Then the system generates the article, checks it against our quality rules, and either deploys it straight to the site or waits for me to hit publish. I'll give you a real example. We started targeting 1 keyword just to test the system. Within a short time, we had 2 different websites ranking on page 1 for that exact same term. 2 shots at the same result from the same process run on 2 separate sites. That's not something you get from writing by hand. That's something you get from a system that can move fast enough to test in more than one place at once. And here's something I've noticed that surprised me. Ranking on page 1 of Google tends to happen before you show up inside an AI overview. SEO is quicker to reward you on the classic search results than it is inside the AI answer boxes. I think that catches up over time, but right now, page 1 comes first. If you're watching this and thinking about how to actually use a system like this for your own business, here's something real you can try today. Ask Claude to build you a mission control dashboard for your business. One that tracks the keywords you're already getting impressions for and turns them into content. That one prompt is where this whole system started for us. Before I keep going, let me tell you about something built specifically for people watching this. Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, we walk you through this exact SEO automation setup step by step, tailored to your own website and your own niche. You get the keyword research method, the case study content structure, and the quality control skill file, laid out so you can copy it directly into your own Claude setup. Every week, there are live coaching calls where you can bring your own site and get feedback on what's ranking and what isn't. Members are running the same process across their own sites right now, comparing notes on what's working in their niche. If you want the shortcut instead of building it from scratch, that's where to go. Link in the comments and description. And if you'd rather have someone look at your specific website first, we also offer a free SEO strategy session. This isn't a generic call. Our team looks at your site, your current rankings, and your Google Search Console data, and builds you a custom plan for using AI content and automation to grow your traffic. You'll walk away knowing exactly which keywords to target first, what content structure will work for your niche, and how to set up your own version of this system. No pressure, no pitch, just a real game plan built around your website. Go to the link in the comments and description, or head to go.juliangoldie.com/strategy-session to book your spot. Okay, back to the system. The part that took the longest to get right wasn't the content generation. It was the quality control. If you don't have a detailed skill guide telling Claude exactly what good content looks like for your site, you'll get a mess. Repeated phrases, weak structure, claims that don't hold up. I've been refining this for close to 3 years now. I create content, look at what's actually good, look at what's weak, and update the skill based on that. Then I run it again. It's a loop. Better content brings more traffic. More traffic gives me more ideas for what to test next. Testing gives the skill file more detail, and the skill file makes the next batch of content better, round and round. If you're using Claude for content and you don't have a saved skill file guiding it, that's the single biggest gap to fix. Now, how do you actually build a tool like that? I didn't hire a developer. I opened Claude and described the idea in plain language. I want a dashboard. Here's how I want content produced. Here's the skill file. Here's my website access, so you can publish directly. There are a few ways to do this inside Claude. You could use Cowork or Claude Code inside a terminal. My own preference is Claude Code inside the desktop app, with one folder set up per website. That folder per website habit matters more than it sounds. Here's the mistake I made early on. If you publish content to the same website from two separate Claude conversations, things can go wrong fast. Claude doesn't carry memory between separate chats. So if one conversation deploys new content to a page and another conversation deploys something else to that same page later, the second one can quietly overwrite what the first one built. I've seen a page lose its testimonials because a later update didn't know they were ever there. The more content you're publishing, the easier that is to miss. That's exactly why we built a dedicated tool instead of working straight inside open-ended chats. One tool, one source of truth for every site. We're running this same process across a whole group of websites right now. Most of them are climbing. A couple aren't moving much yet, even using the identical system in the identical niche. That's a real result, not a perfect one. And I want to show you both sides. My best guess for the slow ones is branded traffic. Some sites already had a name before we started, and that head start shows up in the data. Others are starting from nothing. One of the more interesting side effects of this system is what I'd call stacking your spot on page one. Once you've got a keyword and a tested case study, you're not limited to one piece of content. We took the same keyword, published a post on Reddit, published an article on LinkedIn, and published a page on our own site, all using the same process and the same skill file. Result? We're showing up in the Reddit result, the LinkedIn result, an image result, and our own article, all on the same page of Google, all for the same search term. One keyword, 4 separate doors into your site. The Reddit piece deserves its own mention. We started a subreddit in January of last year. It took a while to get going. Once it started ranking, it ranked fast, and it stayed consistent since. We publish the same style of content there each time, just unique to that community, and it keeps performing. If you're building something like this yourself, you need to hear this part. Patience matters more than the tool does. It's normal to see a 3-month gap between 0 clicks and real growth. The signal to watch isn't clicks, it's impressions. If impressions are climbing steadily, even while clicks stay flat, you're on the right track. Give any new site 3 to 6 months of consistent publishing before you judge it. We've got a brand new site right now. No backlinks, no history, and impressions are already climbing in that same familiar shape. That shape is the tell. We're also testing this on a podcast website, turning each episode into its own page automatically, updated every day without me touching it. It's early, impressions are climbing slowly, clicks are starting to follow. I'll share more once there's a real result to show. So if you're watching this and wondering what to actually do next, here's where I'd start. If you're brand new to this, open Claude and describe your website, your niche, and ask it to find keywords you're already getting impressions for, but no clicks. If you're already publishing content by hand, your next move is building a skill file, so your quality stays consistent as you scale. If you're already running multiple sites, look at stacking your best keywords across more than one platform, the way we did with Reddit and LinkedIn. And if you're managing content across more than one Claude conversation, fix that immediately, before it costs you a testimonials page, like it cost me. Here's the honest part. None of this works without patience. Watching impressions creep up for 3 months before clicks show up is not exciting. It's genuinely a little boring some weeks, but that boring, consistent stretch is exactly what separates the sites that eventually take off from the ones people give up on too early. If you want the full build, the agent system, the SEO content pipeline, the Search Console integration, and the case study library we use across every site, that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We've got members running this exact process on their own sites right now, comparing keyword wins live on our weekly coaching calls. You'll get the same skill file structure I use for quality control, the same dashboard setup instructions, and a community you can ask questions to anytime you get stuck on your own SEO automation. Link in the comments and description, or go to the AI Profit Boardroom directly. And if you'd rather start with a plan built just for your site, book that free SEO strategy session. Our team will look at your actual Google Search Console data, your current rankings, and your niche, and hand you a custom roadmap for using AI content and automation to grow your organic traffic and pull in more customers from Google and AI search. It's a real conversation about your site, not a generic pitch. Go to go.juliangoldie.com/strategy-session or find the link in the comments and description to book your free session. That's the system. Start to finish. 1 click a day, built up into hundreds. 1 keyword, 1 case study, 1 skill file at a time. Keep testing, keep refining that skill, and give it the months it actually needs. That's genuinely the whole thing.